beautiful people, and welcome back to Lindy's Beauty Corner. Today I have a fun kind of video for you guys. If you can't tell, I am only wearing my eye makeup and my brows right now because I am going to show you guys my Ulta haul. So yesterday, so crinkly. Yesterday I spent $120 at Ulta, and I don't regret it, at least not yet, because I haven't actually opened anything, because this kind of video that I have today is going to be a try on haul slash first impressions with a hourly check-in to see how everything is going to wear. So I already did my eyes, my brows, but everything else is bare and ready to go because of what I bought at Ulta. So let's just dig in, shall we? I'm just gonna pull them all out, and not in any particular order, tell you a little bit about them, and then I'm gonna open them up and put them on my face, and then I'll let you guys know throughout the day. Right now it is only, where's my phone? It is only 1:30 in the afternoon, and I will be wearing this probably until like midnight because that has been my summer schedule. Anyway, you will get at least 8 hours worth of check-in, regardless of what the time is. So don't you worry, this will be an in-depth sort of first impressions. So let's just hop to it. First thing that I went there to get is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This has a lot of good claims to it. On the box it says that it is infused with coconut water to aid in delicately replenishing skin's moisture levels, alpine rose to help brighten and boost skin's radiance, and hyaluronic acid for a smoother, more youthful appearance. Oil-free foundation that masterfully diffuses the line between makeup and skin. Coverage so undetectable and skin so naturally radiant, they'll think you were born this way. So I saw a lot of YouTubers review this and apply it, and they all love it. And I've been looking for a foundation that does a plethora of things. First of all, it has to cover up my redness. You guys know my skin is very red right now. You can still kind of see it, especially on this side of my face. That's where it's the worst. It's calm right now, but you know how angry it can get. So it needs to cover my redness. I actually have a broken capillary right here from when I was in college, and I ripped off a nose strip too quickly and it broke the capillary under my skin, and it never healed. So I'm always trying to find ways to cover that guy up because it just looks like a big pimple, even though it's like, you know, completely smooth and whatever. And it has to be light. I do not like heavy foundations. I don't like looking cakey. I don't like looking goopy. So it has to be light and has to be long wearing because I'm a teacher. I'm on my feet all day. I don't have time to patch up my makeup in the middle of class. In between classes, I barely have enough time to get to the bathroom, if I ever have time to get to the bathroom, you know? So I need something that's going to last on my skin for a good while. So anyway, those are everything that I need my foundations to do for me. And you guys know I was using, I don't even see it in here, the It Cosmetics Bye Bye foundation. If you watched my last video, my 46-minute get ready with me, I know it's a little long, next time I'll make it a lot shorter, but you saw in that video how it was just lifting off of my face whenever I would use the sponge, and the concealer did that too. So I also went in for the Too Faced Born This Way Super Coverage Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Alright, they just released this. In both of them, I am the shade Swan, which is the lightest shade of the entire range. Let that sink in for a second. Me, the lightest shade. I know I'm pale, but I am much darker than a lot of my friends, you know? I have some friends who are alpine porcelain beauties, and I'm the lightest shade. So that's a little concerning to me because usually I like my concealer to be a shade or two lighter than my foundation to brighten up the skin. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I was watching people apply this, I was watching demos, I was watching reviews. Everybody says it is just like Tarte Shape Tape, but more hydrating. And that is my only complaint about Tarte Shape Tape, is that it's drying under the eyes. So I'm going to give this a go with the foundation. So I'm just going to try them both out today for you guys. And I have been looking for a good powder. All the powders I've been using cake up under my eyes, they cake up on my skin, they look very crepey, and it doesn't look good. It looks cheap. You know what I'm talking about? And I've used the RCMA No Color powder, which if you use a little is okay, but over time it makes your under eye area look crepey. And it just settles in all of your fine lines, even if your concealer doesn't. It's just bizarre. And I've been using the Coty Airspun powder, and that's just, it's a little too heavy. It's a very thick powder, and I can't ever to get it look good on my skin. So I was at Ulta, I asked one of the women for their recommendation on a good powder. I thought, honestly, that they were going to go for the Too Faced Born This Way translucent powder because it was right there on the shelf and it's actually kind of expensive. She took me to the back of the store and took me to a brand called Dermablend and said, this is the best powder I have ever used. And it was like a fraction of the price of the Too Faced stuff. So I swatched them on the back of my hand, and I kid you not, it's like it just straight up disappeared. No loose, like, it's just gone. And I was like, ah! I'll take that. Yes, thank you. So I picked it up. This is in the shade Original. They only have 3. They have Original, they have a cooler, and I think they have a warmer. But they only have 3 shades, but the Original is the translucent one. The other ones do have a little bit of color. But like I said, I put it on the back of my hand and it just disappeared. So I am excited to try this one. So that was what I got for face. That was the bulk of my purchases. But you guys know me, I love my lip stuff. I'm going to put the bag down because it's empty now. I got a couple of lip liners and a lippie. So this is the NYX Lip Liner, just their original lip liner, in the shade Hot Red. I got this because I've been on the hunt for a true blue red lip liner because I like wearing bold red, like true red lips with really simple eyes. It's my go-to for whenever I'm teaching. It's just easy to put on and it looks really nice. So I grabbed this to add to my collection. And then the thing I'm excited for today, I got the lip pencil and liquid suede combo in the color Foiled Again. And yes, that is a neon orange. And I want to try it out so much. If you can't tell, all of these products are still packaged. I have not opened any of them. So anyway, let's just put all of this on my face and see how I like it, because this is a first impressions, and let's just hop to it. All right, I zoomed you guys in. I'm going to go ahead and prime my face. I didn't get this yesterday, but I am trying it out. This is the Revlon Photoready Perfecting Primer. This is one of the best drugstore, like, not best, this is one of the most fancy drugstore primers that I think I have ever used, because it's in a glass bottle. It comes with the pump, and this is a lot of product. You get like 0.9 fluid ounces. This is almost as much primer as you would get in a foundation bottle. So it's kind of cool. And for those of you wondering, I believe it is compatible with the Born This Way foundation line, because their Born This Way foundation is silicone based. This is also silicone based, so it shouldn't have any bad effects with the makeup. I just wanted to say that before I put it on, because it is a first impression and a wear test. So I just wanted to let you guys know that the odds of the primer being the reason for the makeup not working, if it doesn't work, is not, or probably not, going to be the case. that was my primer, and I'm gonna go ahead and open up this foundation. I just realized my blending sponge is still next to my sink. Ooh, oh wow. So this is the bottle. It is a glass bottle. You get a full, where would it say here? You have a full 1 fluid ounce in here. It does stay good for a full year. It's good for 12 months. And look how beautiful that is. And it has a pump. That makes me so excited. So pause for a second. I'm gonna go get my sponge and then let's just put this all over my face, shall we? All right, you guys, I am back. I have my sponge here with me. Let's get into this foundation. So it's supposed to be a very lightweight foundation. So I don't know if I should dot it all over my face and then go. I'm just gonna do that. That's how I apply all of my makeup. So we can see how it would look. One pump actually seems like quite a lot. So, and it is supposed to be buildable coverage. It seemed to have dried above my eyebrow before I could get to it. So maybe you really should work section by section, because I'm trying to blend it out and I'm having to wipe it away with a sponge because I know I'm going to go in with a second coat anyway. So just FYI, it does dry down rather quickly if you're not messing with it. Okay, well, that is one coat. And it looks very natural. Like, it just straight up looks like my skin. In a second, I'm gonna zoom you guys in uncomfortably close so you can see how exactly it's sitting on my skin. If you don't like uncomfortably close zoom in sessions with foundation, then just look away for a bit. Let's test out how buildable this is. I'm gonna go section by section this time instead of last time, so the forehead situation doesn't happen again. So I'm gonna put a little tiny bit on my finger and we're going to start building up on this cheek. This is where most of my redness is. It always peeks through my makeup, but as you saw, even just one coat does a really nice job at covering it up. I can see a little bit right here. That's the spot that always shows. So I'm not going to put any more layers of foundation over it. I'm going to see if I can cover it up with the concealer because I bring my concealer down pretty far. But this is looking really like nice on my skin. Let's try to hide that broken capillary, shall we? I'm actually really impressed because it doesn't feel like there's anything on my skin. I put 2 layers on and it feels like my skin. Alright, I'm going to finish up with a tiny pump onto the forehead and I'm going to take it down the nose. So I always have a hard time getting foundation to stick to this lower half of my nose. And it happens with all foundations. It can be high end, it can be low end, it can be sticky, it can be matte, it can be any foundation. All foundations I've tried just don't stick to my nose. So let's put a little bit more on. I covered my nose a little better than most foundations. Usually I just cover it up with concealer anyway, so I'm not overly concerned with the fact that it's not covering my nose because, like I said, nothing covers my nose. But I'm more concerned with how it's covering my redness and not looking cakey. That's really nice. But it looks really nice. It looks really natural. All right, before I zoom you guys in, I'm going to go ahead and put on some of this concealer. And we shall see whether or not it's going to cover this redness or not. But the foundation feels really nice. Like, really nice. All right, now to try the concealer. Look at the size of this concealer. This is the foundation. I'm about to drop it. Here's the foundation. Here's the concealer. Look at that. That is ridiculous. The foundation is a full ounce. It is 1 fluid ounce. The concealer is half a fluid ounce. This is more concealer than you get in anything else. I'm looking for my concealer over here, and it's not in here because I did my makeup in the other room, but like this is way more than the other one. I know Tarte Shape Tape only comes in 0.33 ounces, so this is almost double that, and they're about the same price. But just like Tarte Shape Tape, there is a doe foot applicator. The difference in the applicators is that this is more of a diamond, and it's supposed to get more in your nooks and crannies wherever you need it. So I'm gonna start out light and then go from there. Alright, that was a little bit. I still see some darkness on the inner corners. So I'm gonna put a little bit more of this concealer on those dark spots, and then I will continue. And I was concerned because both of these are in the same color, but the foundation and the concealer, they're both in the shade Swan, and I assumed that it wouldn't brighten my face, but that actually brightened my face pretty well. Maybe it has illuminizers in it. I don't know. I'll have to do a little bit more research. So I'm going to take this and put a little down my nose, and then I'm going to take some up here. Okay. They actually blended in beautifully. It covered the redness on my nose. Like I said, that is one of the only ways I can get color to stay on my nose is with concealer, not with foundation. All in all, like, this is looking really nice. Alright, so there you had it. It hasn't been set yet. It's very... feels very natural on the skin. I don't even think I would need to set it with powder. It's not ooby gooby. It's not... let's see. The eyes are a little bit more tacky, but not sticky and not goopy. They're just... So I'm gonna go ahead and use my finger to blend it out a little bit more. There we go. Because I'm going to go in with this new powder. This is the Dermablend Original Professional Powder. So it comes with a little card. What is it? It's Loose Setting Powder, Professional Finishing Powder by Dermablend. So like most powders, ooh, look at that. There's a sticker in the middle. You pull the sticker off. Oh, look at it flying everywhere. All right, let's see how this works. But I'm just gonna show you guys real quick. I'm gonna tap a little bit out into the lid so you can see it right there. I'm gonna take it on my finger and just look at that. It just straight up disappeared onto my skin, and it left this like silky texture. So that is what happened to me in store yesterday, and I was like, I need this, so I got it. So I'm gonna tap a little bit more into the lid, kind of like Bare Minerals, right? You tap it into the lid, you swirl, and you buff. I'm gonna try setting my under eye with my massive powder brush. Alright, this powder is amazing. You saw what it did on the back of my hand. It did that to my entire face. Okay, so that is nice. That is like really wonderful. The only complaint I have so far, and this is probably because I just talk a lot, is that the foundation is starting to sink to my little lines right here. But honestly, all foundations do that anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. Just tap it and it goes away. But it's not accentuating my pores, which is nice because I have some large ones over here. It's not clinging around my nose or on my upper lip. That is another thing I forgot to mention. I hate foundations that stick to my upper lip. It's probably because I have peach fuzz and I don't feel like waxing it or shaving it. So it's there to stay until I decide to do something about it. But usually foundations will stick right in here and it makes my lip area look awful. Didn't do that. It's not breaking up anywhere. Alright, overall I'm impressed. I'm going to finish the rest of my face and then I will come back and see if anything has changed. Okay, I'm back. Everything applied really beautifully to this foundation. I am super impressed with my, where did I put my mirror? I'm super impressed with the highlight and how natural it looks on top of this foundation. And normally this highlight, this is the Champagne Pop highlight. Normally this highlight is like pow, highlight, pow, howlight. And I just can't talk today. But on top of this foundation, once it's blended out, it looks super natural. I'm in love right now. I'm so in love right now. Alright, so I have everything done. The only thing I have left to do is the lips, which I'm super excited for. I don't know if you can tell. I am gonna use these. So this is the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner, and this is the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick. I'm gonna go ahead and open these up. So I have both of these. Again, they are in the shade Foiled Again. So I'm just gonna put this. Ooh, it's already sharp. That is amazing. I'm gonna line and fill in my lips with the lip liner. So far, the lip liner is a tad patchy, like just a little patchy. I'm not going to fill in my entire lip like I said that I was. It's kind of a harder lip pencil and I don't really feel like dragging it all over my lips. And yes, my lips are lopsided. These teeth right here are all fake. They are part of a bridge and it sticks out farther than my natural teeth do. So my lips lay on it very oddly, so it makes my lips look asymmetrical. There we go, asymmetrical. It's just how it is. I don't really mind. Not really. So I'm gonna go in with the Liquid Suede and check out this color. If you thought this was bright, pow! Like, yes, this is summer in a bottle. So I'm going to apply. Wow, that's a lot brighter than I was anticipating, but I'm not even mad. That is summer in a bottle. Well, I never did a wear test on these, but the last time that I wore this and it actually performed like beautifully for me is I had the shade Amethyst. It is the brightest, most electric purple of a lipstick. It's beautiful. I'll put a picture up around here of when I wore it. My husband and I and some of our friends went to Ohio for Rock on the Range, and we were outside in the heat. It was raining off and on. It was hot. We were all sweating. We were miserable when the music wasn't playing. And I had the purple on without a lip liner, and it stayed all day. And I was expecting it to, you know, fade off over the course of the day. I remember this one time I went to go get a drink from one of the like little drink stands that were popping up everywhere, and I ordered like a Sprite or Gatorade, probably Gatorade. And as I was walking away with my cup, he goes, "Oh, wait, here's a straw. Your lips look too good to not use a straw." And I was like, "Thank you." Because remember, like, I thought it already like worn off or whatever. And Sarah, my friend, was laughing. She's like, "Girl, your lips are still good." And I was like, "What?" So I like pulled out my phone and I was like, "Whoa, they had stayed." This was like later on in the day, and I had applied it early that morning, and we walked all the way to the venue. So it can actually stay on your lips for quite a while, as long as you don't like put oil on it. So I can feel it drying down. It's getting not tacky, but like I can feel it kind of drying down. And there we have it. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go for now. I'm gonna go about my day. I have to go get some curtains from my mom, and then I know later on this evening I was gonna go for a run. I'll leave all of this on so we can put it to the test to see how it holds up. Not many foundations will hold up during a run. We shall see if this one does, because it's supposed to be good for oily skin, and if it can hold back the oils of an oily skin person, should be able to hold back the oils from a normal skinned person. So anywho, this is the look, and I will see you guys in a bit. Bye. Alright guys, this is my final check-in for today. It is 10:39 and I have worn this all day. It's like way beyond the 8 hours I told you. And I'm wearing my glasses, as you can tell, because when I take them off you can see how it wore off on my nose, but that happens with glasses. And I don't have the little nose whatchamadiddles, so. But anyway, I'm gonna zoom you guys in. You can see the foundation after an entire day. It is dewier than it was whenever I put it on, but coverage is still really good. Like, it's still really good. So I'm gonna zoom you in and show you up close and personal what it looks like. And the lips are still bright. They're not entirely like, okay, I should have taken them off like just several hours ago, but I didn't, because it still feels fine on the lips. So I'm gonna zoom you in real quick so you can see how this has performed. Okay, so you can see it's kind of broken up around my nose, and it's gotten in my smile lines. My lips, of course, are crazy from dinner. It has gotten super oily, like in my T-zone area. Let me take these off. It has settled in my fine lines, but that's me wearing it all day long. I mean, it could be worse. It could be very worse. It could have broken up like a long time ago, but if you were to see me somewhere right now, you'd think, oh, she just needs to blot and she'd be fine. So it's not an obvious breakdown of the foundation. It's just my oils have come through, so my skin is very normal. It's not dry, it's not oily, it's right smack in the middle. So all of my oily girls or my oily friends, this might break down much more for you than it has for me. All of my dry friends out there, who knows, I might still look perfect on you. But yeah, like, all in all, it has held up really well. It's starting to get a little funky in between my eyebrows and around my nose where most of my oil does come through. So, but I have worn this since, what did I tell you guys? 1:30, 2:30, so that's like 8-9 hours. Like that's pretty good. That's like an entire work day. And since I didn't have to touch it up or anything, and I don't feel like I need to really touch it up, just blot with some blotting papers, I think it really does have the longevity that I am personally comfortable with. The lip, not so much. I mean, it has stayed. Like, it's not coming off very much anymore. Like, I was drinking on things all day, and so it'd come off from the inside. But like, the color is still there. It just migrated. So that would just need like one touch up. Maybe after 4 hours, just touch it up, and then you're still good to go. But yeah, no, I am completely thrilled at this foundation, the concealer, the powder. I'm going to play around with a little bit more. It started looking a bit crepey underneath my eyes after it had been on for a few hours, like about 3 to 4 hours, and I had to like go in with my finger and re-smooth all of the fine lines. So I'm going to play around with the powder a bit more. It did do a good job on my face, just not my under eye, but I have had a hard time setting my under eye concealer forever. So that might just be my eyes are just really dry, and anytime I set it, they get kind of crepey. So I'm just gonna play around with it a little bit more, but I'm happy. I'm so happy. I don't think I'm gonna take anything back of everything that I've tried so far. I am definitely willing to keep using this, and this works. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I decided to take excuse me. I decided to take some additional filming time to test this out, both the foundation and the concealer, and here are my final thoughts. The foundation as a whole is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. If you have dry skin, it does dry down very matte, but it doesn't look bad. Like, I mean, you can see. The trick to applying it without it getting funky, once it dries down, it's really hard to go back over and blend it out once it's down. So what I found the best method of application is you just go section by section by section all over your face until you have the coverage that you want and it's blended out nice and smooth. You saw it earlier in the video, I dotted it all over my face, but then whenever I zoomed in towards the end of the day, it looked like it was just kind of cakey in some places. That's why. The concealer is a really nice concealer. It very much is like Tarte Shape Tape. It's a little creamier, but it does have a tendency to settle into fine lines and wrinkles, even if when you don't have makeup on, it doesn't seem like you have those fine lines and wrinkles. And earlier in the video, you saw that I set it a little bit with powder, and at the end of the day, it was kind of crepey, and so I decided to experiment a little bit more, and I actually baked with it. So here's an insert that I actually filmed for you guys upon my discovery of how awesome this concealer is when you bake it. Okay, so I found out a super cool thing, and I know I've already filmed this video for you guys, but I just wanted to get this in there. So I set the under eye concealer with the powder. Not just set it, I baked with it. Whenever I set it, as you saw in the video, it was kind of crepey and kind of, it wasn't as good as it could be. Guys, I baked with it, and it has lasted all day, like no creasing, no nothing. I was at professional development yesterday, and they had to ask me whether or not I was a student because there's like no creping, and they couldn't tell how old I was. And my final experiment for you guys was wearing the concealer without setting it. You blend it out nice and smooth, but then you don't touch it with powder at all, because the foundation dries down so beautifully you don't actually have to set it with powder. So I wanted to see, well, what if I didn't set my under eye? And it was about the same result as when I did set it with a light layer of powder, but it looked more natural, and it wasn't nearly as crepey at the end of the day. So, and I think I deleted that picture on accident. I will, if I can find it, I'll put it up right here for you, but I don't know what I did with the picture. But so anyway, I absolutely adore this foundation and this concealer. every time I have worn it, you can ask my mom, you can ask my Aunt B, like, we went to McKinney for a girls' weekend. Every time I wore this foundation, people were either asking me how old I was because they thought I was a lot younger. I'm talking like they thought I was 18. Or they were saying how good my skin looked. And it's because of this foundation, because you guys know my skin underneath this is red and angry. So, but yeah, I absolutely love this. I'm going to be using it way more than, well, obviously I'm going to use it way more than the past 2 weeks because I've only had it for 2 weeks. But I love this foundation and this concealer. My only complaint is that it is a little more matte than I would like, but whenever I put highlighter on, it helps it out. And I'm going to see if I can go purchase some glow drops from Nyx or whatever brand has glow drops to mix in with the foundation and see how that works out. So stay tuned for that update. It'll probably be on social media unless I decide that it warrants a video of itself. So, but anyway, I really like it. Like, this is a complete win in my book, a complete win, especially if you bake the under eye, because once you bake this concealer, especially with that the Dermablend powder that I have, once you bake it, it's like a wall, not a wall, but it's like smooth, like porcelain, and it does not budge. It, guys, I found my match, my baking match. So anywho, I hope you guys liked and enjoyed this video. Sorry it took so long to get it up there. I wanted to try out different ways of using the product before I just said, it's an okay product. So if you like in-depth reviews like this, let me know down below. If you are just interested in a first impression and wear test for one day, also let me know, because I can do both for you guys, you know. This one's just both of them combined, but if you want separate videos, just let me know and I can make it happen. But anywho, I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell that is up in there, I don't know. Click the bell and make sure that when you click the bell, you say all notifications. That way you're informed every time I post. And if you would also like, you can follow me on social media. I'll have everything down below in the description box. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys are as pleased with this as I am, because I am blown away. And I will see you guys later. Bye!